Hello Hillians! This video is a little different than all my other videos. I'm going to share with you the best websites to get any information for Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you don't know me, I'm Nico and my channel is full of Breath of the Wild information. And these are the websites that I go to find anything on the game. If there are websites that you'd like to go to, feel free to let us know in the comments, but just make sure you tell us the name of the website because YouTube will hold the comment for review if you leave a link. Of course, if you want to find any of these websites, their links will be in the description. So for now, let's start with something fun. So we have Fashion of the Wild. It's exactly what you probably think it is, I don't know. This allows you to change different equipment on Link just to see what it looks like. So if I choose Gradient Mask, oh I did that last time. Soldier's Armor with the legs of the climbing boots. You can also change the color. So if I pick a black mask with a purple armor and green legs, you can also equip weapons. Boulder Breaker, Spike Bokoblin Shield. He only has it equipped, you won't see him holding it, which is fine. And you can also randomize. Randomize just to see different things. You can choose to include Amiibo or DLC items, or not to. And the details, you can keep them on the left side, the right side, or you can hide them. This way, I guess you can, if you want to save the picture. And this, ooh, it's cool. It's dark mode. This is about the app, and if you want to donate, because what they're doing is awesome. This is a fuel guide for the Master Cycle 0. It tells you what each material does for the Master Cycle. The best part for this one is this picture here. So as you see here, these are all the materials that do, these are the ones that do the least. These do the fourth most. And these 5 are a little different, which they explain later. But that's just why I choose apples, because they're easy. Shrooms are good, and wood is probably pretty good, easier to get. Also here, I figured out the secret how the last section works. That's the last few materials. I know it says, sorry, a post was deleted, but you can read these. This explains. Monster extract, combined monster part. You can read this. It explains that they double the effectiveness of whatever it is. So this is it for fuel for Master Cycle 0. Okay, we have some object maps now. So this first one is it's called Zelda Maps. If you zoom all the way out, you see only the towers. Zoom a little bit more, you can see all the shrines. You can also check here for all the icons and symbols, what they mean. Zoom a little bit more. Nothing. Zoom a little more. Where are they? There, the Koroks. Zoom. Let's go to the Great Plateau. You can zoom in a little more. It shows you the camps, enemy camps, Bokoblin Camp, White Choo-Choo, some Guardians. You can zoom in even more. These are all the treasures and what they carry. Hylian Trousered, Fire Arrows. And you can zoom in more again, and it shows you all the little weapons that are here. Look, it's Woodcutter's Axe. It's a torch, probably, right? Yes, it's a torch. This is a tree branch. Now, one of the other cool things about this, so let's say I click this Korok. I can mark as complete. It does a little check. You can log in to save it, or it saves as a cookie, which is cool. If I got this treasure chest, I can mark as complete. If I got this sword, I could mark as complete. Even though they respawn, you can mark it if you want. And if I go back to the icons, you can hide all the completed stuff. So if you want to make sure you got everything, this is probably the way to do it. Show completed, hide completed. Show completed, hide completed. And again, if you want to just look for anything, you can just click them. See all the treasure chests, all the blue peas. And that's this object map. Yeah, this is a good one for shrines. There are other ones like the Breath Companion on the phone is pretty good too. You could use that one. A lot of people like to use that one. Next, this is Zelda mods. This is a very useful one so first of all, you can search for something. So if I want to search for duplex bow, it'll tell me where they are. One here, there's one here, there, a whole bunch here. It can tell you if someone's carrying it, foot soldier, Lizalfos, or it's in a treasure chest. The next cool thing is that this filter, of course, you can choose to show the locations, the shrines, the DLC shrines, Koroks, Tech Lab. You can choose what to show. And now we have visible map areas, so field map areas. I don't know what this is, honestly. Okay, we have the map tower areas. You know what that is. Yeah, where the towers are, what they open up. And one of the cool things here is that you can show the map unit grid. This is great to understand the ancient part glitch. If you know it, I do have a video. Check the link in the description. Go here, you push it 2 squares, 1 and 2. That's why the glitch starts around this area. However, one of the coolest things about this object map is this. You can draw. I'm going to hide this. These are you can draw a line, you can make a shape, a polygon, a square, a circle, and you can pick locate a marker. If I want to make a route, whatever, I'm making one up. Let's say we go from here, and then we go over here, and then we go over here, and then we go here, we go there, we go all the way over here, and that's one route that I just made. Let's say I want to make a polygon. You do this, click this, click this, click this, whatever. Let's make a weird shape. And finish. There it is. So if you want to mark certain points of the map. Another one, cool thing, so you can change the color. So I click this little box. Let's pick a red thing, and let's say we make a red square. Yes, we do that. We can do a red circle, a small red circle around Death Mountain, and you could title it and make a description. Let's change the next color to, sure, this limey thing. And we can set a marker. So I can put a marker, hey, this is Hyrule Field. Another one. There's a Lynel here, and we marked it. Got it? So that's what's cool about this. You can get creative, do whatever if you need anything. And then you can export and import it. It'll save as a file on your computer, and then you can export or import if ever you want to do different files, or you can get something from somebody else. Alright, this object map is from Zeldadungeon. This is more of a straightforward map. You can choose what you want to see. Shrines, Tech Lab, Korok Seeds. No one wants to see all Korok Seeds. Anyway, main quest, shrine quest, side quest, memory, whatever. All, none. You can choose which ones at a time you want to see. They're all here. Great Fairy Goddess statues, Moldugas, Lynels, cooking pots, so that's great. Now this object map is from Mrcheeze. This is the one I use the most to find any material. So if I wanted to find pumpkins, 4 to 5 pumpkins, probably in Kakariko. There they are. There are 8 in Kakariko. I can zoom in. It says there's 8. Get closer. Get closer. Specifically how they're arranged. If you want to find a weapon, soldier's spear. You can find a soldier spear alone. Those are the spots. One there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Which treasure chest, if you want to click them here. Hard mode is if it's in master mode, and which enemies carry them. Just know that even if they eventually disappear, it'll be here. So if I did a foot soldier, obviously it's gonna say there's a lot in here. You got hide out, but eventually after you defeat them, they're gone. So, but it will still show. And the same thing with the DLC. So all the enemies in the DLC, the champions valid, they will show up here, but eventually they'll be gone. Single arrows are always cool, or which enemies carry arrows. If you don't know anything about this arrow, it's not on the ground, it's in the air, and it's hard to get. But Cleric did it. I was on that stream, it was cool. Check out Cleric's channel. But this is the map that I use the most when I'm finding materials. Alright, this is basically just a link to one of Croton's videos. It's the stats for cooking, but one of the parts that I like is... obviously the whole thing is great. It explains how the cooking works in an easy to understand way. Then there's this part. I'll find it. I will find it. This. See, it tells you how much duration that it adds for each ingredient, in case you were wondering. And another thing that he has here in his description is this elixir info that he made, which is great. Yes, what each thing does and how it works. Got it? That's how cooking works. I also have a video on cooking to tell you which are the best dishes to make and where to find those materials. You can check that link in the description too. This is a full list of Beedle shop inventory for each location. You know what it is. It's just what Beedle carries and where. I think it's good to have. I have this bookmarked just because If you're looking for something specific and maybe he has it, now you know. Now this one is the drop rates for anything that drops anything. The percentages, how many they drop, and the chances of each to be dropped. Honeyvore bear, normally drops 2 to 3. 60% raw prime meat, 30% raw gourmet meat, 10% coarser bee honey. If you burn them, one of two things can happen. Well, one or two, 70% seared prime meat, seared gourmet meat. If you ice them, yeah, you got the idea. There's all the enemies here. It can be a little confusing to understand. Once you read it, you'll get used to it. I don't want to explain it too much. I want to guide you to this site so you can play around with it and learn. Now, speaking of drops, the next one is the Amiibo Loot table. This shows what the Amiibo drops are and the percentages of them happening. A quick summary, you can use this to choose which Amiibo drops you're gonna get. I do have a video in detail explaining it. A simple way to explain it, let's say for this Ganondorf Amiibo, if there is a 1 in 5 chance, I believe, for a great hit to happen, where he can drop the Sword of 6 Sages, right? 1 in 5. Otherwise, it's normally gonna be what they call here a big hit. Yeah, one of these things. If you get a big hit 4 times, the 5th one will automatically be a great hit, okay? Again, I explained in the other video. Link in the description. So what you do is you go back in time. You just change the date on your Switch to like January 1st, get a big hit. January 2nd, get a big hit. Keep doing that until you do 4, and the 5th one will always be a great hit. Then you keep resetting the game. It'll always be Knight's Claymore or eventually the Sword of 6 Sages. That's how that works. Go watch that video. Next is a Reddit thread. It is the minigame rewards. It's what the minigames are and the rewards for playing those minigames. You get it. Just read the thing, okay? If you just want to know what they all are, here they are. And yeah, gambling, paragliding, the blue flame, gut check challenge. They're all here. You can click this map of the minigame locations, but it's just a scan of the strategy guide. You can kind of read it. Yeah. Again, all these links will be in the description. It has 69 upvotes. What? Alright, this next website is the Shrine's Treasure List. This is a list of the treasures in the shrines. I don't know why they give the names. You don't know what they're like. Who do you guys actually know the names of certain shrines? But anyway, if you want to know what the items are and the treasures, this is what they are. If you're looking for an item that's not on the object map, you could use this too to find it. Let's say you want, there you go. It's in the Da Hishu Shrine. And then you can click this to find out what that is. Okay? That's the Shrine Treasure List. This is just a Lynel map, a map of the Lynels, but this is a little different, which I like. So here's the map. It tells you where the Lynels are. They're here, 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 here. And then the yellow means lightning arrows, the red means fire arrows, the blue means ice arrows. And then they have letters. Let's say these are the 3. C for crusher, S for sword, and W for wheer. Oh, it means the worst, which is the spear. That's what the W stands for. In case you wanted to know, this is a good map if you want to find it. This isn't super helpful, but it's interesting. It's the Master Mode Static Low Tier Enemy Locations is exactly what the title says. It just shows where the low tier enemies are if you need to take pictures of them. The red Malman is here, the Ice Wizrobe, Fire Wizrobe, the white maned Lynel, the silver Lynel. This green Lizalfos, I suggest going there. He's having a good time. There's a little pool there. He's just jumping in and out, having a good time. It's fun to watch. This is the glitches in Breath of the Wild. It has all the glitches in Breath of the Wild. You can read them, learn how to do it. Some of them have pictures, and I think some have videos. Yeah, see? Daruk's perfect parry, which I want to know. Hey, look. You can make a save file unusable. Makes the game crash the second you load it. How amazing is that? It has BLS sliding. But yeah, look through it and you can learn many different glitches. Now this one I've gone to a lot. These are all the types of equipment and what materials you need to upgrade them. So let's start from sand boots. You need 5 Madouga fins, high-tail lizards for level 1, and then for level 2, 10 Madouga fins, swift carrots, and then so on and so forth. It has everything here. And then over here it shows you the totals of the things you'll need. You'll need a total of 15 volt fin. You'll need 15 volt fruit, 39 mushrooms. I think there's a mistake here. I don't remember. And if you need help finding any of these, I do have a playlist of finding all the materials in Zelda Breath of the Wild, at least most of them. Check the link in the description or just go through my channel. Why not? This next spreadsheet is probably the one you might look at the most. It is the one I've looked at the most. Actually, not true. The object map. But the second one I've looked at the most. It's exactly what it looks like. It is the modifier numbers of each weapon, bow, and shield. So for all the one-handed weapons, for example, the tree branch, the base is 2. It can have a white bonus of 2. It's impossible to have a yellow bonus, so the most it can have is a 4 attack. Or if I go to the Savage Lynel sword, this base is 58. The white can go from 11 to 21. The yellow can go from 22 to 42, so the most that it can have is 100. And again, this is the same thing here, but for the durability. The Bokoblin arm and Lizalfos arm will always be 5 and 8. So you learn a few things here. The same thing with two-handed weapons. The highest durability is the big Goron sword amiibo. It has 111 durability. These are the spears. It's also nice to see a list of everything. These are the bows. And these are the shields. Hylian shield durability can go from 104, well, it's 800. You can add 104, 216, or 270 to 360. The problem is you'll never know which one you get. But so the most it can be is 1160. Here is miscellaneous info. You can read it, how to read it, and these are the creds of the people that made this. So this is, thank you, all of you. And this is how this enemy and weapon scaling works. If you didn't know, the enemies and weapons will get stronger in the game depending on how many enemies you defeat. So this explains it with numbers. If you're into this, you can read about it, learn how the formulas work and things like that. If you want, there is links here, but this one explains the weapons, how they work. Again, you can read it. The next one explains how the enemy scaling works. And then this last one explains the scaling points for every enemy you kill. So Electric Wizrobe is 5, Fire Wizrobe 5, and so on and so forth. And then this next tab here is the enemy scaling. How many points do you need for that enemy to eventually upgrade? And the same idea for the weapons. This is game facts on normal horses. It tells you that there's always a followers and a leader. And it tells you the best places to get the horse and how it works with horses. What makes it a gentle, wild, and all of that. Of course, the best website to go to look for anything in the game is my YouTube channel. I'm not that special, I just do the research so you don't have to. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you want more Zelda content, I hope you consider subscribing or at least checking out the channel. See you next time!